Here today. It is, yeah, it's cold out here. You can probably see the snow behind me, but the sun is up. Maybe we'll get rid of some of this snow. So hopefully everybody's doing good. And it has been a challenge to get through this big snow event. We've got probably, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 inches here over the last what began Wednesday. So hopefully everybody's doing good. All right. Anyway, those of you that probably don't know, I spent 27 and a half years working for the United States Postal Service. Hey, baby kisses, how are you? Yep, 27 and a half years working for the Postal Service. And with the Postal Service all in the news and everything here lately, privatization and how they're wanting to change it and everything. And I know I'm one of them that I have been affected by non-delivery. We've recently gone like 13 days with not even so much as a letter, nothing. And then finally we get a piece, and then another skip of a day, and then get a bunch of mail and everything like that. Well, hi, Rebecca. Good to see you. So, what is it that's going on? Okay, and how does it affect your YouTube channel? Okay, all right. A lot of organizations, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, have what is known as last mile agreements with the United States Postal Service. And what happens is they bring it about 95% of the way, and then they drop it off at the back dock of the nearest post office, and the letter carrier is the one that's going to complete the final journey. So, say you have an agreement with an organization, company to do a review on something, and it hadn't shown up and everything like that. Well, it's could very likely be brought to you by the Postal Service, but it's sitting out there on that back dock. So, and that's what's happening all too often, And I wish it could be better, but it isn't. And then, like I said, after 27 and a half years, I think that I'm quite qualified to, tell you that there are some big time problems in the United States Postal Service, and it is something that the government definitely needs to address, because it affects a great many people. You're wondering where your mail is, your packages are, everything like that. See, when I first started way back in the mid '80s, right out of getting out of the Marine Corps, it was a totally different organization, and it was good. There was no real automation. Everything was handled by hand. JJ, what's up? Artifacts, big racks, baby kisses. Good to see all of y'all. Well, anyway, it was all handled by hand, and you could literally go days and days and days and days and days without even so much as an error. And the routes were adjusted to the point where your mailman, letter carrier, we'll call them letter carrier, it could be male, female, you could absolutely count on that person being at your house at the same time every day. And you got to know the person, and it really became an extension of what you're doing, man. And but as we moved into the 1990s, they created what is known as delivery point sequencing, and basically what that did is all the mail, kind of like letters, was sent to a general mail facility, and it was lined up by a computer. Oh yeah, and you talk about mistakes. Oh yes, there were big time mistakes. It's just piles of it every day, and you would try to get that corrected, and it would keep coming back, and it would all be called loop mail and stuff like that. All right. And then what they decided to do, that these routes used to be really well balanced. Then they made the routes so long that it was almost impossible to keep up, and you just couldn't. And I'm one of the ones. I'm a perfect example. I've got 2 artificial knees, and there's a great many of other former letter carriers that got that, and shoulders and hips and everything else. And I spent 27 and a half years literally running 10, 11, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And it was a task. It really was. Now, let's fast forward in this era, okay? Well, you got a group of people running it now that just, I don't know, their heart's not in it. They just don't care or something like that. And we've all watched the president and everything, wanting to get in the middle of it, and whether you a Trump supporter or whoever you are, it really doesn't matter. But the issue needs to get fixed. It's really bad, you know. Yeah, Cricket Peach, good to see you. All right, right. Yeah, yeah, it is. And what's going to have to happen, I don't know. But like I was saying, when I was working there, you know, you'd load your postal vehicle for your trip out onto your route, you visit your customers, and you know, give them their mail, their packages. Well, you would see UPS trucks, FedEx, DHL, all pulling up to the back dock of the postal service, dropping these massive pallets of packages. Okay, so you're thinking all along that UPS is going to deliver it. Okay, but it's not. It's being dropped on the back dock of a local post office. And, you know, back in the day, you know, we were able to keep up with it because it just wasn't that big of a deal. All right. There wasn't that many packages. But now, see, Crooked Pete says my carrier was crying one day. It's bad. It really is. And like I said, I've got 2 artificial knees because of all that time. And, you know, it's so hard to describe what it's like. Because see, the Postal Service, it's kind of like quasi-federal. All right, your retirement is like, you know, when you retire from the Postal Service, it's like anything, whether it's Army, Navy, whatever, it's turned into the OPM, and then that's where you get your check from. But let's say somebody steals something off the porch or something. Well, it's the United States Postal Inspection Service that takes care of that kind of stuff. Okay. Hey, Shivlog, good to see you. All right. So let us now. We're up in this era now, and like I said, we've recently gone 13 days without a piece of mail, a package, or anything else. And I sent an email to the local postmaster and got the response that, oh, we can assure you that we're giving everything the best priority and stuff. Let's see here. Peter says, why don't the government around the world support the Postal Service and more? I don't know. I really don't know why there's not more cooperation in this kind of stuff. And Pete says she didn't want to upset anyone. However, they're being treated. Oh yeah, it's you know, I'll tell you, when you walk up into the post office any given morning, and you not only have your own route to deal with, but you've got to sit there and arrange for the delivery of 5 routes that people call in sick, or 5 routes or more that people just don't want the jobs. Okay, so not only do you have to worry about your own route, but now you've got a chunk of somebody else's route, and you can just imagine. All right, you look behind me, there's snow, or let's say it's now July, it's 100 degrees and stuff like that. So you're gonna spend 8 hours doing yours, a couple of hours doing a piece off of another route, and it's just not physically, you know, possible. Okay. Well, see, that's what I was, Crooked Peach, I was telling them, you know, like Amazon, UPS, DHL, FedEx. A lot of them have one of those drop shipments with the U.S. Postal Service, and they drop packages off in the back dock, and it's waiting for the mailman to get out there and get it done. So you get that package, that letter, and you're hunting and waiting for it, you know, it's in there somewhere. And you've all probably seen the news at these various mail facilities. Indianapolis is a perfect example. Here in Eastern Virginia, it has been ranked one of the worst in the nation as far as, you know, getting your mail delivered. So, Crooked Peach, do I sell spoons? No, but I will work a trade with you if you have something you want to trade. Lower Michigan, Jamie, he's sending me a ferro rod, and I'm gonna send him a spoon. But yeah, you got something you want to trade or something like that, you know, just let me know, and you know, see if we can't work that out. And, you know, give me a description of what you're kind of looking for, kind of old, stylish, rustic looking, and or something a little bit more, you know, like a coffee scoop, because we got a ton of stuff already in here that you know, might fit your category. But so here we are in this era, and you know how the news is like every 15 minutes something changes, and adventures in Michigan with these. It's a shame when they get theft involved. It really is, and theft is an issue everywhere, I guess. But you know, I would like to say that back in the good old days, it probably wasn't that big of a deal, and at least I think it wasn't. But now it's just, let's say I mail you something, I tell you it's coming, and you put that number, confirmation delivery number on there and stuff like that, you can track it. And it does the do-si-do. It goes from one place that's past you to some place that's behind you. And you're like, all right, I live in Virginia, and it came from New Jersey. Why is it in North Carolina? I don't know, And then, you get those notices where it's supposed to be delivered on, let's use today. All right. You wait all day, you wait all day, you wait all day, en route, en route. You keep checking your little thing, nothing. And then finally, right at the end of the day, about the time the darkness has descended, you get in there unable to deliver. So, well, you just now encounter what I call as a workload that's just not possible for the person to have pulled off, and then there comes the errors and the mistakes and stuff, how your stuff ends up across the street, but I wish there was an easy fix to it, but unfortunately, it's going to take national leadership, and somebody's going to have to make some really hard decisions about how to fix all this, man. I see Peter says, I suppose the bigger the company, that the bigger the circus. Well, that's a good way of putting it, okay? It's, there's just really no description that I can give you. It's like you're out in your backyard, and you happen to get close to a bush, and about 1,000 bees come out. All right, and you're like, well, I can deal one with bee, maybe two, but the other 998, I got no hope. So, and you pretty much start every day on the rope, so to speak, and then stuff gets stacked up and everything like that. So, but like what somebody was just saying in there, they know letter carriers that crying and stuff like that. But back in the day, let's say when I was carrying mail, if somebody came out the house and handed me a cold drink of water or soda or something like that, or just wanted to trade a little quick moment of, hey man, how you doing? All right, hey, all right, you had that time. But in the later years, basically all you saw was, hey, I'm gone, take care, man. All right, and stuff like that. It's just the most astonishing thing of my time in was the handful of people that would do stuff like that for you. Give you something to drink or something to eat, or an aspirin if you were in pain or something like that. Let's see, Lisa says, especially when it's been opened and things are missing and taken, now this has to be happened from within, lack of integrity. Well, I wish I could answer that question, but you are right. I myself have experienced things that, have been opened and banged up, and, but like I said, you've noticed in the paragraph or the top title of this, how does it affect, say, a YouTube channel? What's Pop doing? Hey, Pop. Well, it does. Let's say you have an agreement with somebody, you're going to do a review or something like that. Your stuff's not here, and you're wondering where it's at, and so, but anybody that's ever experienced, let's say, a missed delivery of something, it makes you wonder where it went to. All right, let's see. Aqua Donkey, good to see you, man. All right, who else is in here that I haven't said hello to? I used to have one carrier every day. Enjoyed knowing. Yep, and see, that's how it used to be years ago. When I first started, you could count, actually set your watch by the time that you could see your letter carrier every day. He or she was going to be there at that exact, within a few minutes every single day. And, but it's not like that now. I mean, I don't know how many people, with all the technology we have now hanging on our houses, whether it's Ring cameras, Simply Safe, all that kind of stuff, you know what's going on. You know what's outside, what's not, and everything like that, And the crazy thing is, I have seen in the last months, letter carriers get here at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and, you're actually getting ready to crawl into bed and you hear ka-tunk, you got to be kidding me, right? See, it had gotten bad, when I was in, but nothing like it is now. Hey, Jamie, what's up? We were just talking about you a minute ago, man. Good to see you. I saw a little piece of your tent video there a few minutes ago. So, like I said, for those that, if you're wondering how that works, that's how it is, and it's like I said, it's called that last mile. And you watch a UPS truck pull up behind the post office. And when I first started, you were like, "The heck is that?" This is nuts. Then they unload and they put a whole pallet of packages on there, and you're like, "Well, why the heck didn't they go that last mile, that last step?" Well, obviously somebody somewhere knows that how to make money, I guess. But let's see here. All right, P&J Homestead, good to see you. All right, you see all the snow behind me. Yeah. It's melted down from about 10 inches down. We got maybe, I don't know, 5, 6 left, but it's about 31 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so it's not bad. But it is supposed to dramatically warm up. But I was watching that long range modeling, and they're talking about another potential snow event, March sometime. Games, guns, and dirt bikes. Good to see you, man. Awesome. All right. Now I can just imagine, you're that letter carrier, and you've got to try to walk 10 miles in this mess. All right. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Definitely not a good thing. All right. I look good today? All right, man. I finally had to get all the stuff shaved off, man. It was, you get in there and work inside the shed there, man, and get all that stuff in your beard and stuff. Yeah, it's supposed to get a little bit warmer the next week. So I think a couple days they said it's actually supposed to be, near on 70 degrees. But Peach, I'll tell you what, I think it's going to happen. We're going to deal with this a little longer. And then we're going to get right to the end of March, early April. We're going to go right straight to 85, 95, 100, J&J True says we still have about 5 inches or more, and it is about mid-20s here in West Virginia. My mail carrier has been delivering mail here to my box for several years, and I know him. Yeah, that's the wonderful thing, you get a letter carrier, male, female, whoever, that you trust, and you get to know them, and you know that when they get possession of your letter, your package, that it's in good hands. But if I know you've probably all been watching that stuff out of the Indianapolis mail facility, and stuff's all backed up, stacked up to the ceiling. Atlanta is like the same way, Let's see here. I have glasses too. Oh, you do? All right, man. Quick piece of Foothills, PJ Homestead says, hey, Henry, good to see you. All right, man. All right, Foothills of Appalachia, 22 degrees. Woo. You got us beat by a little bit, man. But we still got the snow back here. Yeah. But it's good to see the blue sky. Yeah, it really is. I went in the shed, was working on some spoons a little while ago, but it is just so cold in there. It's just hard on the hands, and I don't like to wear a lot of heavy gloves, So, Henry, Leslie, Vermont, good to see you. All right. Yeah, there's always a bad apple. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So, like I said, I could tell the story again, but I think we've all experienced, bad service as far as like the postal service and stuff like that. And it's a shame because one of the missions of the postal service, if you take the time to look it up, is it is the glue that is supposed to bind the nation together. All right. It's that front smiling face that the federal government puts on so that everybody gets to see Uncle Sam smiling at them. So, and to a great extent, I guess that could still be true. You may know your letter carriers and stuff. Mudasser Yakadung, I hope I got your name right. Good to see you anyway. PJ Dave just watched your short, another beautiful spoon. Well, thank you so much. I enjoy doing it, and like I said, it comes from You probably see some of the little limbs and stuff. Anything that falls on the ground back out in here or over in the wood line across the way, I pick it up and I dry it. And, we're going to turn it into a spoon, a coffee scoop. And to tell you the truth, I really, 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 really enjoy making coffee scoops. So they're fun. They don't require a lot of wood. You can even get really one of the worst pieces of wood and still probably get enough, wood out of it to do that. And quite often you have to dry it. So that's good. All right. So let's see. Henry Leslie, a nice day here today, 19F and clear. Over 2 feet of snow on the ground out there. Woo, man. Nancy, good to see you. Awesome. Great to see you, Nancy. So anyway, that was our topic for today, talking about the Postal Service and how it affects your YouTube channel and everything. Oh yeah, by all means, feel free to, introduce yourselves to each other and stuff. That's one thing we've always done, enjoy yourself. And, some of the other things about the Postal Service is that when I came through, I mean, when I first started in 1985, after getting out of the Marine Corps, I mean, some of them folks had been in there since the Korean War, and they got out in the golden age, so to speak. And, but now it's just I don't know, it's only a shell of what it used to be. And, I'm certainly not here to debate with anybody about whether President Trump is right or whoever's right, but something needs to be done, and I'm hoping that they can. Camp Like a Boom, good to see you, man. How is retirement, man? It is wonderful. I recommend retirement for anybody at all. And so, Scrub Busters out there, thank you so much. Thank you for service. Henry, 1.5 feet here. Finally, it looks like winter. Yeah. I tell you what, the snow that we got here Wednesday, Thursday, oh my goodness, man. I took that Osmo action camera, and I probably had that thing on probably for 25 hours all put together, but it was after it was all condensed down, it was came to about a 5 minutes 11 seconds worth of a video, man. All right, let's see who else is here. Henry, we still got about maybe 5 or 6 inches on the ground. I hear woodpecker. He's out there somewhere. But feels good to see the blue sky and everything. All right. Yeah, well, one thing I can tell you about the Osmos, they handle the cold weather much better. Unless you got one of them solar generators and stuff like that you can take out on your little adventures and stuff, or, it doesn't necessarily have to be a camping event. Let's say you have a remote piece of property that you want to go work on, and then you done used 50% of your phone or something like that. They definitely, Crooked Pete says my 13 inches of snow ain't so bad compared to you guys. Yeah, but yeah, it was that stuff came down though, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Yes, they do. Won't be using GoPros. I have much. They just don't take the cold. No, they really don't. They really don't. When I did my research, it's been a couple of years now, and I decided on the Osmo Action, and that was the number one thing that I looked at, because the things that I like to do pretty much are cold weather type stuff. I'm always out, in camp, you're hot tenting. I'm over here in the workshop. I don't know if you can see it or not, but, and you can really, get a lot of different adapters and little stands for them, tripods and stuff. So yeah, and yeah, they're still relatively inexpensive, so it's not too awful bad. So I guess we've talked about the Postal Service at length, but I know a lot of people are really getting kind of uptight about potential changes and the government or anything, saying that we're going to take it over and stuff like that. Now, to be honest with you, it may not be a bad thing. It may not. You have I do have ham radio, Henry. I am KN4 BKT. So at this present time, you probably see the 2 meter antenna right behind me. That's all I have at this present time. I want to eventually, move back up into the stuff. But Crooked Peach, I have to run. I will see you soon, my friend. Everyone, have a wonderful day. You too, man. Take care. Beaver Creek. Have you? Yes, I do have some Beaver Creek carving kits. Yes, hook knives, sloids, details knives. I think I even bought a. Let me think. But yeah, I do. I really do. My grandfather was K1 WNU. All right, yeah, okay. Sounds great, man. It's a pretty handy thing to have around if you ever have one of those disasters or something like that. And but yeah, it used to be what was left of a flagpole that I kind of knocked in half, and that is a Ringo Ranger up there antenna. It does quite well, man. It really does. All right. Let's see here. Nancy says, have you ever... Okay. PJ says, Homestead by Crooked. Okay. All right. But, so when you're watching the news and stuff like that, you hear all the stuff that, something needs to be done with the Postal Service and stuff like that. Yeah, it really does. Trust me, it really does. Pretty much every one of the people that I retired with, we all have artificial knees and elbow issues and shoulder issues and stuff like that. And I'll be 65 in November. So I've been retired from the Postal Service a bit now. A decade or more, and I can just imagine what life's like now. I really can. I'll be drone. Cold out there today? It's a touch. It is a touch. It's about 30 Fahrenheit right now. I think we started about 25 this morning, something like that. But Adventures with Lisa. My parents were Mother Hubbard and Timber. Oh, okay. KEO 7250. Awesome. So, but yeah, it's a bit chilly, but it's supposed to get to about 44 Fahrenheit today. And then the rest of the week, I want to say by Tuesday, we might actually hit 70 Fahrenheit. And yeah, I hear you, Woodpecker. Yeah. But in the long range modeling, I've noticed that they're talking about another potential big snow for the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic area. And the channel that I watch a vast majority of the time to get these long range modeling is a channel called Weather for Travis. And check Weather for Travis out. He used to be a chief meteorologist on TV years ago, and he presents it in such a way where you're not overburdened by extreme science, and you simply just pick where you are on the map, and he pretty much goes through the whole continental US of A and southern Canada and stuff like that, and tells you what it's likely to happen. I am looking forward to the warmer months. Yes, I am. Hey, Dominic, good to see you. But you know what I bet is going to happen? I bet you we're going to get past this cold, and it's like somebody's going to turn on the furnace. It's going to be like 90-something degrees, and the humidity to match. So, yeah. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. I keep getting confused. I think because we were all kind of housebound for 2 or 3 days. It's Saturday, and I'm wanting to think it's like Thursday still. But yeah. All right. Love our toy pups. Awesome. Good to see you, man. All right. Adventure with Lisa. I can't wait to get outside. Activities going. Yeah, I've been building a bunch of raised bed gardens out of old wood, and I've got like 4 or 5 of them done, and I got enough wood to probably do another 4 or 5. And I'm trying that method of gardening this year more so than going in the ground. And we'll see how well that works. And I got like I've been saying 14 fruit trees on the property, but now it's 13 because that nectarine tree bit the dust. And I've been making a lot of spoons out of that wood. So they make some really pretty spoons and coffee scoops, so that nectarine wood does. See, my grandfather had a 2 meter in the car, and he had been awesome, man. That's great. Yep. It is pretty handy tool to have around. It sure is. And like many areas, they have what is known as a net meeting, uh, once a week, and they have check-ins and channels that can hit the net control. They check in, tell you where you're from and everything, and then they have like disaster, simulations and stuff where you practice up and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, well, we had a great number of people up in here today, and 17 thumbs up, and I appreciate all that. So, anybody got anything they want to talk about or ask about the today's topics? Which, I guess the topic could be the U.S. Postal Service, ham radio, spoons, or anything like that. Yeah, it does feel like a Friday, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. So, I think we're gonna have some homemade pizza today. I think, which is cool. So, all right, and but yeah, like I said, back in the day, man, you could actually really set your watch by when your letter carrier would show up, and he or she, you know, um, he, and I don't know, for me, there was, you always had a handful of people that were way more outgoing than others, some people were like, "Mailman's out there," you know, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll wait till he leaves," but there was always that handful of people that wanted to come out and hang you something cold to drink, or, you know, warm drink, or they remembered you at Christmas. Yeah, I love listening to the space shuttle with him. We were thinking about grilling or a homemade pizza, not deciding. Well, to me, it's going to be the pizza, I believe, today. EU Rambler, good to see you. How you doing, man? How's everything over in your neck of the woods? Yeah, but like I said, we've been talking about the Postal Service and how it affects your YouTube channel, and to an even bigger realm of things, how it affects your personal life and stuff like that. See, my carrier usually is here when I am home for lunch, and also he delivers to my office, and he has a package for me. He would ask me to give it to me. There, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure enough, man. I remember back in the day, like say, if you were going on a trip and you wanted to leave a bit early, and you'd say, "Hey, Dave, can I meet you at the beginning of the route and grab our meal and be gone?" Absolutely, man. See, EU Rambler, plus 14 Celsius is in Dublin today. Woo, man. Okay, all right. It is 30 degrees Fahrenheit in Newport News, Virginia. The Atlantic Ocean is about 6 miles behind me this way. Um, and the rest of the United States is that way. so, all right, cool. Yeah. But, yeah, we got folks from all over the world bouncing in and out and stuff, so, which is, I really love to see that and stuff and everything. And I hope the world can resolve a great many of its issues, and we can end all these wars and maybe wars. Nope, no problem with the Postal Service. 73 cents to mail a letter across the country. It is a deal. And it's not just the country, but any place where the United States flag is, whether it's Guam or Japan or anything else. If you're mailing it to a U.S. service member, it's on a ship. When I was in the Marines, I was overseas a good bit, and no matter where you were, that letter was coming, whatever the price was. So it is a good deal. It's just the big problem is the whole system is so overwhelmed and broken up now that they really do need to do something. So what the answer is, I don't really know. But let's see here. You Rambler. I'm about 6 to 8 hours. Yep, that sounds about right. About 6 to 8 hours north, and I'm right down here. Like I say, you look at your map and you locate Norfolk, Virginia, and look right across the harbor there on a peninsula, Newport News, Hampton, Virginia. That's where I'm at. Like I said, the Atlantic Ocean's over there, about 6 miles. Henry would be about 6 to 8 hours that way. All right. Let's see. Rambler would be over that way. So, by what, about 3,500 miles, something like that. So, yeah. So, all right. Well, I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about that, because it's something that really kind of makes me, wonder too, how it affects things, because let's see here. Hitch it up and tow. Good to see you. All right, man. But, like for those of us like to track packages, I know my wife's one of them. She gets a package and it'll ship from Florida, and we're in Virginia. All right. And then it's supposed to arrive, and then she looks on the next little tracking thing, and now it's in New Jersey. So it flew all the way past Virginia. So, and then not long back, somebody in Canada asked for something, and I was going to send it up there, and I did. And its destination was Newfoundland. Okay, all right. Then day it left here, it went to Richmond, Virginia, and then from Richmond, Virginia, it went to JFK, New York City. All right, I said, okay, it's on its way to Canada. All right. Well, the next morning, it was in New Jersey. Great. Well, then the next day, it was in Birmingham, Alabama, then Dallas, Texas, and then from Dallas, Texas, it ended up in Montreal. So, I don't know. My wife was off to your neck of the woods for work this week. Oh, okay. All right. DC, yeah, we're not. DC's about 140 miles from here, something like that. So, yeah. So, hopefully everybody will enjoy their weekend and stuff, and hopefully the weather, straighten itself out. And I don't know how much of the snow you can actually see. Let's see here. Do that. Yeah, it's still pretty good amount of snow. It'll turn you this way. They're still covered up pretty good. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. So many times here we have said, oh yeah, it's gonna snow, it's gonna snow, it's gonna snow. All the local meteorology people, yeah, it's coming. So then the day comes, and instead of 6 inches, it's like a ½ inch, So this time when they said that Southeast Virginia was in the sweet spot of between 10 and 14, 13 inches or something like that, we were like, I believe it when I see it. So my wife was at work, and she usually gets home around 1 o'clock. And I told her, I said, it's fixing to start if the radar truly is right. And it did. And I don't know whether anybody's watched it, but I just recently put up, yesterday, day before, I used the Osmo action in time-lapse mode. And it was running for about 25 hours. And I got everything boiled down, condensed down to 5 minutes and 11 seconds. So you can, see how everything progressed. Let's see. Lisa says, I am heading out, Dave. Everyone have a great day. Keep them crossed for that mail system. I heard that. Okay. All right. Well, I too am getting ready to go do a few things. So hopefully everybody have a wonderful day. And I thank you so much for spending some time with me and stuff. And when it warms up here, we'll actually get back up in our little workshop and everything. But it has been a challenge. All right, everybody. Y'all take care. Have a great day.